Hi, this is Robin Trower, and you're listening to T-Bone's Prime Cuts.
He's been kind enough to call in tonight. Robin, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
It's, you've inspired so many guitarists along the way, including myself and several people I know. Who were some of the guys, you were listening to early on when you first took an interest in playing guitar?
Well, the first guitar player, really the guitar player that made me want to have a guitar and learn to play was Scotty Moore with Elvis. And he's still my second favorite rock and roll guitar player.
And who's first?
Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Good deal. Scotty's still around and playing in Nashville and stuff. Man, I have friends who've been down there and seen him lately.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No, well, I just think there's something about his guitar playing that is really, really magical, and I don't think anybody ever came close to him for that.
One of the things I've always liked about your playing is the fact that you use dynamics. A lot of guitarists just have one speed, just full on. And, I like how you're able to take it down to a whisper or, let it out full out or anywhere in between. How did that come about? How did you?
Well, I think, my training was, there was an album by B.B. King called Live at the Regal,
right,
which I think maybe, I picked up ideas about dynamics from him on that. And also, I know it's not guitar playing, but my all-time favorite album is by my all-time favorite artist, James Brown. It's called Live at the Apollo. And there's a lot of taking it right down in his live performance, which I think, it just influenced my future way of thinking about music.
Excellent. And then mentioning B.B. King kind of leads towards the next question I had was, I've always thought that out of all the rock guitarists that you had by far the best vibrato.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that was a natural thing that was already developing before I even heard other, sort of blues players like B.B. King. It just seemed to be a natural thing for me. It's something I've also worked on over the years. I think it's pretty good now, I must say.
Yeah. Everyone knows that you're a great guitarist, but it's always kind of bothered me that sometimes I think people tend to overlook how good a songwriter you are.
Yeah, amen.
And, I was just wondering, is it, I know some people really have to labor to come up with their lyrics. Is it something that is difficult for you, or does that come fairly easily? Or
I think it's like anything. I think you have to work at it, but as I say, I feel very, very fortunate that I'm still being creative. In other words, able to come up with the right lyric for the right piece of music, and just able to keep being creative. Basically, that is the whole thing. That keeps the whole thing on the boil, as it were. Is the creativity of the new stuff. I think that's what keeps the energy and the spark going, and that transfers itself into the live performance and everything,
What I think is a criminally underrated album is 20th Century Blues. That's one of my favorite records ever by anybody.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite songs is Rise Up Like the Sun.
Oh, yeah.
I always play live. I love to play that song.
Before I let you go, I'd like to just touch briefly on, because I know we have a lot of gearheads like myself and Carrie here that listen to the show, and it's how cool is it to have your own signature gear? The custom shop Stratocaster and the full tone overdrive, the Robinson overdrive.
I should say, having a Stratocaster named after you, I think it's got to be. Well, there can't be a greater honor, certainly for a Stratocaster player, anyway.
Right.
It's one of the great honors, without a doubt.
Yeah, you had a hand in the development, I imagine.
Well, it was myself and Todd Krause, who has always built my guitars at the custom shop. Before that, we kind of got together and discussed what ingredients would you like to have on your signature model. So I basically talked through with him all the potential different combinations you could have, but what we ended up with was I was very, very pleased with. In fact, since the first one he made, I haven't played any other type of Strat. In fact, I've had my older Strats all turned over, changed into that configuration.
Wow.
See, now that says something. You see a lot of guys with signature guitars, and then when you go see them live, they're playing playing something else,
Yes.
But yeah, to go see Robin, he plays his signature gear. It's that good.
Yeah, well, I suppose you can say, well, I like this, this, and this, and they put it all together, and you can say, yeah, it's good, but it may not work out to be your favourite guitar. But it just so happens with me, it has worked out that way.
Oh, Robin, I'd like to play one more track from the Playful Heart. Which one would you suggest? Or should I ask, what's one of your favorites?
Dressed in Gold.
Okay, sounds good. Our guest this evening has been Mr. Robin Trower. Robin, man, I just can't thank you enough for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
Bye
sure.
for now.
Bye now.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Please like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. They really help the channel. Also, be sure to go to tbpcpodcast.com and click that PayPal button to donate. We'll see you next time.